As you enter the panel design screen, Shutter Pro will have already designed your panels according to their product parameters. The reason for this interactive tool is to help you make any refinements to the design you think necessary. A list of your openings appears here, and you can choose which to view simply by clicking on it. You can add or subtract louvers with these buttons. With larger louver size, you'll have less degrees of freedom, and in this case, the maximum number of louvers for this panel is 20. You can adjust the exact rail widths either by clicking on the bottom or top rail. To add a divider rail, click on Add Divider Rail. When this turns red, your mouse is armed and you can add a divider rail anywhere you wish. To subtract a divider rail, rearm the mouse and click on the rail. Normally, the divider rail location can be viewed from the center of the rail to the bottom of the frame below the panel. When the frame piece is salmon in color, it is being included in this measurement. Click on the frame piece and it turns blue and removes it from the dimension. Let's go down and have a look at the 4 windows in the master bedroom. Let's say that the ideal divider rail location for all these is at 32 3/8. To get there, we'll need to add some louvers to the bottom below the divider rail to push it up. However, if you like the size of your rails, you'll first need to lock them so they won't get redesigned. That last additional louver below the divider rail put me over the target, so I'll put one back to the top and unlock my rails. Now I can move my divider rail up in 1/8 inch increments. Now I'm 1 inch away from my goal. How close can I get? The answer will come down to some design choices. The reason for this is that as I've moved my divider rail up and down, it has changed my top rail size. The problem now is that at this point we have already reached the minimum top rail allowable in this example. Therefore, as we try to move the divider rail up further, it will require the removal of a top louver and a larger top rail. Now I've reached my goal, but the downside is that we've lost light in view to the loss of a louver and created some fairly big rails. If the divider rail location is critical, this might be our best design. One thing we might try is adding some louvers back. I'll lock the divider rail itself and try adding a louver to the top section, and this is going to be prevented. However, I can add a louver to the bottom section. The problem with this is having a bottom rail so much smaller than the top looks out of balance and would not normally be done. I'll subtract this extra louver back out. If the divider rail location is not critical, one choice we would have is to return to a location of 31 1/8. Our divider rail is now located 1 1/4 inches below its ideal location. In most cases, this is acceptable. The beauty of this design tool is that it puts the power in your hands to see what your options are and to make these kinds of design choices. Now that I like my design for this panel, there may be other openings with the same height that should be designed in the same way. This is especially true in the same room. To transfer this design to these other openings, click on Conform All Same Height. As you can see, there are 3 other openings in the master, plus a few other openings. I'm just going to choose the ones in the master to conform. Then click on Conform Selected. As you can see, all the openings in the master bedroom have now been conformed to the same design.